The rural mountain town of Lalibela is home to about 30,000 people. And though the Ethiopian village may be small and remote, it's brimming with spirituality for followers of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Lalibela's famous monolithic churches have been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1978, thanks to their impressive architecture and rich influence on Ethiopian Christianity. Some churches were chiseled into the face of a cliff, while others stand as isolated blocks, like the iconic Church of St. George, constructed in the shape of a cross. Now, all of these sacred sites here in Lalibela are carved out of what's called volcanic tuff rock. You can see it here, but look, it disintegrates quite easily. So 5 years ago, UNESCO decided to erect these protective coverings, shielding the churches from the elements. Unfortunately, out of all 11 sacred churches, only 4 of them have this kind of protection. The shelters may be unsightly, eclipsing the awe of these churches, but experts say they're critical to preserving the integrity of these distinct structures. Church scholar Alberto Retta met us in front of the House of Gabriel Raphael to discuss what makes these monolithic churches so different from others.
They're different because they were built from the top down. Everywhere in the world, structures are built from the ground up. But St. Lalibela did it from the top down. There's nothing comparable in the world.
Now, there are several stories surrounding the creation of these churches, some which attribute the work to angels. But Alberto says no matter what you believe, King Lalibela, who commissioned the churches, was inspired.
St. Lalibela had spent 13 years in Jerusalem. After that, Jesus told him, "You will be king of Ethiopia. You will build 10 churches from one rock and create a place where the faithful come to worship and to be cured of what ails them." Lalibela answered, "How? Even when Solomon built the temple, he had brought the artisans from Babylon and Persia. How do you create churches from one rock?" Jesus said, "I'm the start and end of it all. It will be built with the power of the Holy Spirit. I have revealed this to you, and go and build it."
Many historians say construction was completed with remarkable speed for the time, taking about 23 years. At 86 years old, Alberto, who has studied the religion in some of Ethiopia's holiest cities, says he's seen positive changes in Lalibela over the years. He's especially content with how it's become a worldwide tourist destination.
I'm very happy that tourists are coming. One, because the country's culture should be shown. And secondly, many poor people in the area are being helped. Those who were starving now have cars and have built homes. They are able to help their families. I am very happy that tourists are coming, not just me, but everyone who lives in the area. During Emperor Haile Selassie, the priests were being paid. The Dirge, the junta government, stopped that. There was nothing. Now, if the tourists stopped, the priests can't make a living. And this includes the guides and others. Everyone is making a living through the tourism business. It's great. Without the tourists, there is no salary for anyone. If the tourists stopped, everything will stop.
But that doesn't seem likely. An increasing number of tourists are arriving, bringing attention to this remote town. 10 years ago, Lalibela didn't really look like this. You've got the cobble-lined streets, there are a few stores here and elsewhere catering to tourists. And that's because within the past decade there's been a real push, a real conscious effort to develop the infrastructure here and attract people from around the world. And it's not just the masterful architecture that attracts visitors. Walking around the sacred sites, tourists have a special glimpse into the Ethiopian Orthodox faith. Throughout the compound, you'll find locals leaning against the rock walls, praying quietly or reading religious texts. There are fertility and baptism pools outside some of the churches where visitors might capture special ceremonies. Inside, there's much more to discover as well. Some churches contain religious art as well as sculptures and other relics. As we continue our journey through the sacred churches, we come upon Beta Meskel, also known as the House of the Cross. The priest of this church shows us the cross of Saint Lalibela.
Saint Lalibela had designed various crosses made out of different materials such as brass and silver. This one is made of brass. It represents the 12 disciples.
The various priests we've met throughout Lalibela have been eager to spread the word about the churches and rich history. And when we return, we get an even closer look at some of the traditions and rituals linked to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church.